All right, what we have here is the dimensional analysis experiment. So this will allow you to conduct a modeling study. Now, the overall idea is that we have this little model here, this little container of water, and we're going to rotate it. And so we will measure the initial height of the water, and then we'll also measure the maximum depth of the water as it spins around. And what we're going to show you shortly is that you're going to have a parabolic shape that gets formed with the water. And we're going to, through a very simple set of experiments, a very simple set of steps, we're going to be able to take the results of this and scale it up to what a much larger prototype would behave. So what we're going to do today is we're not going to take you through every single step, but we're just going to get you familiar. We're going to introduce the different pieces of equipment that are part of this experiment, and you can read the instruction manual to give you an idea of what the different steps would be like if you were actually here. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to introduce the different pieces. So we have down there below, we have a motor, and just above it we have a gearbox, and we also have a fan to make sure the motor doesn't overheat, and that's going to rotate this aluminum platform. And it's onto this aluminum platform that we are going to secure our model. So I'm going to go secure it right now. Okay, so I have the water container secured, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on the motor, turn on the fan as well, and then we're going to have this thing start spinning up after we measure the initial depth of the water. Okay, so to measure the depth of the water, we simply adjust this set screw and allow the depth gauge to go all the way down. It's a little hard to find the right spot. About right here. So we'll set the set screw, and we have a little black mark on here that we can measure the initial depth. And the value itself doesn't matter too much, because what we're going to care about is the difference between its initial point and, when this thing starts spinning, the maximum depth of the water. So let me shift this up. Okay, so now we can turn it on. We should close this door for safety. Now it's a little wobbly, and the top of the water line is going to wobble a little bit, but the maximum depth is actually going to stay fairly constant. And it may take a little bit of time for its final shape to be revealed, for it to reach steady state. And the faster we go, the deeper the water will get. It's actually quite beautiful. Okay, so let's say that we have now reached usually you want to wait a little bit of time. Let's say that we've now reached the maximum depth. You've waited for this system to get to steady state. Now what you're going to do is adjust the depth gauge and note what the height of that black mark is now. How much farther has the black mark shifted on the rod to indicate what's the change in depth from when it was still. And this is where you would need a partner to help you know when it's hit the maximum depth. Yeah. Okay, and so we would simply just then read off how far the black mark has shifted. So our goal now is to come up with an equation for how deep does the deepest part of the water get as a function of the relevant variables. And at this point, I don't know what the relevant variables are. I could guess by doing this experiment that if I start varying the speed, maybe the speed, the rotational speed, is going to be important. But what about the diameter? If we increase the diameter, is that going to play a role? So we could have another container where we fill it up with water and run the exact same experiment and see if diameter plays a role in how deep that water line gets. Additionally, you could try a different fluid to maybe change the viscosity and density. If you put cooking oil in here, for example, then you can see if that makes a difference. Another variable that you can vary is the height of the water line initially. So maybe if you remove some of the water, maybe that'll play a difference in how deep will go compared to its resting state. So this is what you would do if you were here running this experiment. So when you're done conducting your modeling study, you'll have a relationship between the maximum depth of the water and all the other relevant variables that can influence it. And when you have that relationship, we want to see if it actually holds true in the real world. So then you can take your full-scale prototype, put it into our rotating platform, and see if we actually match that equation, if reality actually matches that equation.